Brought to you by Refi. Refinance your defaulted private student loans today at yrefi.com/Ramsey.
So I am 23 years old. I roughly have about 90,000 in debt. 47 of that is a car loan. My payment per month is $1,200.
Okay.
When I bought the car, I was making roughly $150 per year. Lost both those jobs, and now I make about $60 per year. And just wondering, should I voluntarily surrender my car? I really can't afford it anymore with between rent and cost of living. I have 47 on the car, about 37 in student loans, and 6,000 on credit cards. I did complete baby step number 1, working on number 2. My mom also mentioned that she thinks I should file for bankruptcy. I'm not sure if that's the best solution, but I just wanted to get your guys' thought on that.
No, on the bankruptcy side. I'll just say
Yeah.
that. Yeah, first and foremost.
We're not there. We're not even close. So there's some good news for you. I think Mom wants you to get a clean slate, and she's kind of wanting you to just shortcut this and be free from the pain. But there's better options here. And so let's talk about the car. Instead of a voluntary, repo, could you sell it and come up with the amount you're underwater on?
The car's only worth about 25. So
did you roll negative equity?
I might be able to, but
no. Did you?
From a previous car?
How do you owe $50,000 and the car's worth less than half of that?
The interest on it is 25%.
Oh my goodness.
When I bought the car, it was during COVID. I needed a new car. Didn't have much credit, and they would only approve me for a brand new car. I could not get approved for a used car.
And you said, sure, 25% sounds good. That's reasonable. Let's go. I need this $50,000 car.
Well, and when you're making $150,000, this is the problem. You feel like, okay, well, I can afford
Top of the world.
payment, and if I can afford the payment, everything's fine. And that's the backwards way of going into when it comes to buying a car. But that's what a lot of people do. I can afford the payment, so regardless of how much interest it is, I can afford it. And then life happens, as you've experienced. Okay, job-wise, Alex, what were you doing before? You said you had 2 jobs that you lost. What were those?
I was a payroll manager for an IT company, and then I was an assistant manager for a retail store.
Okay. And what happened to those jobs?
The retail store ended up closing down, and I wasn't able to get relocated, and the IT firm also shut down.
Oh, okay. So both companies closed. What are you doing now?
I work in IT still on like the administrative side.
Okay. Single? Family, kids? Yeah. Single? Okay.
So where are you living?
Cleveland.
Okay. Are you living alone?
Apartment.
Renting?
Rent with a roommate, $1,300 split between the 2 of us.
Okay, that's good. Okay. So yeah, I mean, getting the car out, the $25,000 that it's worth. Where did you pull that number from? From a dealership or from like Kelley Blue Book?
Kelley Blue Book and a couple other like browsing, seeing like what similar.
But it's not trade-in value. That's private party value.
Yes, private party.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Because the problem is you need to come up with the difference. Even if you do a voluntary repossession, they're going to sell it at auction for way less than it's even worth, and you're still going to owe the difference.
Yeah.
So it doesn't solve all of your problems to even do the voluntary repo. That's why we're trying to find another solution where you come up with the difference. I'd rather you be $25,000 in debt driving a beater than $47,000 in debt.
Yeah, and that's kind of my thought process too. Trust me, I know this was probably the worst financial decision I've ever made. But yeah, I'd rather drive a hoopty at this point than drive.
Are you able to keep current with your other bills, Alex? Right now, making 60.
Yes,
you are. So this credit card debt is not ongoing to keep lights on and everything.
No,
Okay.
I'm slowly paying that off,
Okay.
thankfully.
I mean, honestly, Alex, if I were in your shoes, I mean, I would figure out a way. I mean, it's about $18K for the difference of the car, and you're probably not going to be able to get a loan for the difference.
Well, you said you owe 47 on the car?
43.
Yes.
Oh, 47. Oh, I wrote 43.
47, yeah.
Okay. So you're
22,000.
22 under. So, I mean, ideally, we'd say, hey, go to your local credit union, get a loan for the difference, maybe 25 grand, and spend 3 of that on a beater car.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that they'd even grant you that loan at this point.
Have you tried?
No, I haven't
Okay.
tried. I kind of wanted to search all my options beforehand.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the least harmful of the options, is to go to a credit union and see if you can get the difference in a loan and maybe a little bit more in order to get a beater car, get rid of this payment, and then you'll be climbing your way out of this. And then hopefully in the meantime, we can get your income back up to 6 figures. Because clearly you're skilled enough and you're willing to do the work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you can get that 60 up for a full-time job and find something 75 or 80, right, in like a perfect world. And then the side hustle is what, I mean, that's what I would be doing, Alex. And I'm like, if you can make, God, I mean, you'd have to make 3,000 extra a month. I mean, I'm trying to do the math of how to do this within a year to get to even save the amount for the difference, right? So best bets, you can take a loan for the difference. And like George said earlier, a local credit union is going to be your best bet versus a bank. They're the ones that are probably actually going to sit down with you and run more numbers and look. But so that would be my first option. And then if not, that's probably what I would do. I would probably try to get out of this car before anything else, even before the...
It solves half your problems.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you can get out of that.
100%.
And then now the second half, at least that's bearable. And you can climb out of that pretty quickly, even making what you make. It's a solvable problem. But I do think income's the biggest part. And then your lifestyle is going to have to get cut down to nothing for probably the next 18 months.
Yeah.
And so
no,
this is
100%.
no eating out. This is, hey, the roommate wants, sorry, I can't hang out. I'm working 3 jobs. It's not going to be a fun journey. But the good news is you're young enough that you have a lot of time to make up for this. And all hope is not lost. You don't need to go file for bankruptcy.
Sure. George, would you, if you were him, would you save the $25,000 first, get the car out, and then do the debt snowball, or would you start?
Ideally,
I know.
I just don't know how quickly he's going to be able to save up 25.
Yes, that is, because I do wonder, Alex, too, if you paid off the 6 credit cards and did just the traditional debt snowball, how much payments monthly will be freed up because those are paid off. So even just working down the debt snowball, but knowing you have a freaking $1,200 car payment till you get to it to pay off is not fun. But in the meantime, I almost would just work the debt snowball till you get there. But thanks for the call, Alex. Good luck to you. We learn from our mistakes, George. We learn from our mistakes.
Why Refi refinances delinquent private student loans for struggling borrowers. Learn more at yrefy.com/Ramsey.